What's up? Happy Feel Good Friday, you beautiful, abundant beings. How are you? How you feeling? How you really feeling? Let me know. Listen, had to drop in here on this beautiful Feel Good Friday because you know, if you're anything like me, and you are, because you're part of my tribe, you my people. If you're anything like me, I know you are feeling my energy, and I know that you are feeling this particular energy right here. Have you ever, or are you in a place of such certainty, right? Certainty about who you are, what you want, how you want it, right? Where you want it, who you want it with. Certainty, right? Super certain. But your concern, your biggest concern is how. How do I get it? Which is the issue, the biggest issue that we face, because that is the absolute reason. Hey, Tina, the absolute reason why you can't get to what you want. So how is it that you know exactly what you want, who you want it with, how you want it to look, where you want it, like all the things? How is it that you are so certain? And I know you're certain. You're super certain, and I'm reminding you, and I'm staying in that place because I do want to remind you how certain you are about who you are and what you want. You know, and you know for sure. Okay, so take that in. Take that in. And I'm just here to remind you on this Feel Good Friday, right? I wanted to remind you of how certain you are. Say that one last time, how certain you are. It won't be the last time I say it, but how certain you are. But your biggest concern is, how do I get it? The issue is that it already exists, right? It already is there. It already exists. You just haven't moved into that version of you that sits with that owns it. You gotta own it. Okay? I'm gonna give you an example. I work with women every single day. Every single day. If I'm not in person with them, I'm on the phone with them. Okay? I'm always somewhere working with some women when it comes to their beauty, how they look, how they show up, confidence, all that. Well, one of the biggest, I would say, issues that I had was, okay, so how do I show these women what I see in them, right? When they can't see it in them for themselves. That was an issue. Like, what in the world? Like, girl, I see this so clear for you. I see it, and I see it very clear for you. Why can't you see it for yourself? Well, let me tell you, I have the same issue with people seeing something for me that I can't see for myself, right? So I had to come to the clarity of who I was, and keyword. That I knew for sure. I know who I am. I know what I want. I know how I want it. My issue was moving in the right energy to get it. Okay? And I need you to hear me out, because this ain't complicated. This is simple. Hey, Shonda. Hi, family. This is simple. Your energy is your most powerful possession. The energy that you move in, hey Shiki, The energy that you move in is your most powerful possession. Yet you are letting outside entities control your energy, right? And what do I mean by letting outside entities and sources control your energy? I mean by you allowing people to dictate how you feel. Okay? When you are allowing outside sources to dictate how you feel and how your energy moves around this earth, this universe, that is out of alignment of your purpose. If you are waking up and going on social media and seeing someone that said something that you say, so you decided not to go say it, you just allowed another entity outside of you, another source outside of you, to make you shrink. I need you to process. Because I have to speak to this social media thing, because this is just how we communicate right now, right? It's how we communicate. So if you, and I'm going to say it again, if you are waking up motivated to show up and share something with the people, but then you decide to go on social media and scroll, and then all of a sudden you see somebody, an ex, or you see a friend that took your quote, or a friend that has on an outfit, or a friend that took a hairstyle. I'm being a little petty, but I need to get really into your mind right now and into your soul, because I want you to understand the level of things that are distracting you, because people think it's always something negative that can distract you, right? And it doesn't always show up negative, all right? It can show up, oh, somebody looking good. Oh, she look good. She done lost a lot of weight. Oh, she look good in that outfit. Man, I need to lose some weight. I wish I looked that good. Man, she got a new car. Man, I used to drive a car like that. I don't drive that no more. Well, now you going down this pathway. Yeah, it's live, Tina. It's live. So now you have gone down a road of overthinking of the whatnots, right? And it's like, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. I should have had this by the time I was this. Because this person looks more successful than you. This person looks happier than you. Now you've gone down this road of beating yourself up. Right? And I'm talking to you from personal experience, and I'm talking to you from the experience that I hear from women every single day. And I'm talking about some beautiful, brilliant, smart, paid women. I'm telling you that they have the same, you are the same woman. You have the same thought patterns. You have the same processes that go on in your head. And when you let those outside sources dictate how you feel inside, and you did not take control of that moment, and you allowed it to take you down a rabbit hole of attracting things that don't make you feel good, instead of taking control of it and saying, you know what, that didn't make me feel good. Recognizing the self-awareness of, you know what, that didn't make me feel good. So I should scroll away from that. I should close this phone down, and I should go and I should reframe my mind. I should meditate for a minute. You ain't got to meditate for hours. You just meditate for a minute on the good things, the positive things, the things that make sense, the truth about you, instead of the untruths about you. Who's following me? Who's following me? Hey, Carla. I'm talking about letting outside sources dictate your energy and point you in the wrong direction. Point you in a direction that ain't got nothing to do with where you going and what you got going on. right? A pathway that don't make sense for you. And that's what social media can do for you. And how you have to take control of this social media path, and you have to make it what you need it to be for you. Okay? For you first. And then you have to make it what it needs to be for your community. Because if you are showing up as a woman in business, as a woman who is influencing, as a woman who has a calling to influence and encourage and motivate, but those are the light words, okay? Those, when I say encourage, influence, motivate, that's light. I'm going to put the pressure on you for real based off who you really truly are. Because who you really truly are is someone who changes lives. You are called to change lives. You are called to give women permission to show up and stop being in denial about it. Stop being in denial about who you truly are. When you get on social media and get to scrolling down a rabbit hole of looking at everybody else and how good they look, and you start shrinking yourself and looking that good. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Carla. Hi, Melody. Hey, my people. Hey, y'all. Share this out. Hey, Tiffany. Share this out because, you know, I have really been convicted about talking to my women about building a community of support for yourself first that gives other women permission to build their own community. I ain't talking about thousands of women. I'm not talking about hundreds of women. I'm talking about the women that you have right here in your circle called to you, and you're shrinking and not showing up for them. I'm only speaking from experience. I never speak from anything that I haven't experienced. I've either experienced it wholeheartedly myself, or I'm sitting next to, or standing with, or standing in the gap with a woman who has experienced this. So I experienced it with her. Okay? Hey, Auntie, I see you. I see you, Auntie. So, you too, Auntie. You got a calling on your life. You have women that need you. You know that. You probably, I don't know if you have the right women around you or not to feed into you and tell you who you are. But if you are not around a community of women who are telling you who you are and guiding you and holding your hand and standing in the gap with you, you ain't got to talk to them every day. You do not have to talk to them every day. You do not have to see them on a regular. You don't have, it could be years in between time. It's all these women on this live with me right now, and share this out because the women need to hear this. Share this out. Every last woman that is on this live with me right now, I have a connection with. Whether it's been years ago, whether it's been over social media, whether I see you 10, 12 years in between time, or I see you every weekend, or every time you sit in my chair, every time we have an event, we are connected. And the one thing that I'm going to let you know is that if you need me, I'm going to show up for you, period. And those are the type of women that show up with and for me, regardless. No judgment. It doesn't matter what you're going through. It doesn't matter where you are in life. Women that you can be transparent with, women who you can share with, women who you can trust. Period. That's who I attract in my life. I attract who I am. Okay? Because I am very, very certain about who I am. And I have been through, over the last few years, I have been through a time of, just figuring out more about who I am. Uncertainty. A lot of uncertainty to get to my certainty. Right? And I need you to understand that's an okay place. You have to go through that place. You have to go to a place of uncertainty. You have to go to a place of, being unrecognizable to you to become recognizable again. Right? This is just life. This is just life. But when you know who you are at the core, you're realizing that, okay, so this is part of the evolution. This is part of the story. This is the part of who I have to be so that I can become. right? And raise your hand and tap in. If you are connected to me, I need you to raise your hand, tap in, and let the people know, am I telling the truth or am I not? I know I'm telling the truth. That's all I got for you. My truth and my transparency is all that I have. And I had to learn that that's a superpower for me. My truth and my transparency is a big, big, big superpower for me. Yet, and I need you to hear me and tap in. Yet, in the middle of some of my truths and transparencies is also when I shrank the smallest and hid and went away. Oh my God. Hold on. Wait a minute. Did y'all hear what I just said? I said my truth and my transparency was my superpower. I know this and I recognize this, but yet it is in my truth and my transparency is the time that I shrank the smallest. And I'm gonna have to go because I'm getting emotional. But I know you hear me. I know you hear me on that. I wasn't expecting to get I wasn't expecting that. Okay, I was not expecting that emotion. And I was about to jump off. But I'm going to gather myself and I'm going to pull it back together. But I really, really, really need you to understand how powerful you are in your weakest time. Your truth and transparency can be your weakest, most shrinkage, whatever I say. Your most shrinking time, the time that you had the most, you hide the most, the time that you go away the most, the time that you hold your tongue the most, the time that you not show up the most. At the same time, it is your most powerful time because multiple things can be happening at a time. Ladies, multiple things can be happening at a time. So don't let other people tell you that you are weak when you know you are strong. Don't tell people that you are weak and you are not enough. And most importantly, don't you tell yourself that. Don't let yourself be the worst enemy to yourself and you continue to tell yourself that you're not enough when you are the most powerful resource that you have. And why? So let me speak to the religious people and let me speak to the people who need to understand, because you are the source. You are the image of God. I ain't taking God out of this, so please understand me. But you are your most powerful resource. It's you. And it's you and your gifts. And it's you and the resources that you have created. It's you and your skills. It's you and your relationships. It's you and your connections. It's you showing up every day and saying, if it's one person that I can touch their life, I gotta go show up.